Laburnum Top by Ted Hughes is a beautiful poem, and it speaks of a laburnum tree which, till the goldfinch starts to rustle and chirp on the tree, remains silent and quite still. The poet has used a beautiful sunny autumn. The tree is silent and quiet. It is laden with yellow leaves and yellow flowers in September. The leaves turn yellow because of the autumn season, and when the leaves turn yellow, then the old seeds fall down for the preparation of a new life to begin. When the tree is standing silent, then the goldfinch alights on the laburnum tree, making short, high-pitched sounds. The goldfinch has built her nest on the tree, and her chicks are resting in the nest. And as it is, we see that whenever the mother returns and there is a reunion of the mother with the child, then there is lot of chirping, lot of happiness which abounds all around. Thus, the same has happened here. When the mother goldfinch has returned, then there is a sudden movement on the tree which stirs the tree. The little ones of the bird start becoming excited on her arrival, and they show this happiness by chirping. And mother everywhere is very, very protective of her child, and so is the mother goldfinch, and she enters the tree with great care so that her movement and the movement of her children is not known to any predator who can come to know that her babies are nestled in the nest here. The poet has compared in the second stanza the alert, abrupt and sleek movement of the goldfinch with that of a lizard. The mother goldfinch is the engine because she is the one who kickstarts the machine. She is the one whose arrival makes noise. She is the one on whose arrival the whole silent nest starts to make noise. Its young ones start chittering. She is the engine because by feeding her young ones, she has added fuel to the machine and made her young ones active and energetic. After finishing her job as her mother, the goldfinch flies up and rests on the end of a branch of the tree. She tries to cover her identity and conceal it by hiding behind the yellow leaves and yellowing flowers. After some time, the goldfinch makes a strange, short, high-pitched sound. And then slowly she flies away towards the infinite sky. And after she has gone, the tree suddenly becomes silent again. And the departure of the goldfinch brings everything to a still. And it appears as if it was only the movement of this bird which has brought life around. So as it is, if we see this poem, then it also tries to give a deeper philosophical meaning to our own life, which is still inactive, and only the movement of different people in and out of our lives, our attitude towards them, our reaction to their action, which creates noise, which brings life into our own lives. And once these people move out, we again become silent, inactive, and inertia dawns on us. The poetic devices used in the poem are simile. It is a figure of speech where one thing is compared to another. An example of simile in the poem is sleek as a lizard. When we come to another figure of speech which is used as a poetic device in the poem, it is metaphor. A metaphor is a word or a phrase that is used to represent something else. The examples of metaphor used in the poem are that the goldfinch has been used as an engine of her family, and the machine represents the nest and the brood of bird chicks. Another figure of speech used in this poem is alliteration. It is number of words having the same first consonant sound which occur close together in a series. Example is September sunlight. Second is a suddenness, a startlement. Third is and alert and abrupt. And fourth is tree trembles and thrills. The fourth figure of speech used in this poem is onomatopoeia. It is onomatopoeia. When a word is formed from a sound similar to it. Example is twitching chirrup, glitterings, trillings, and whistle chirrup. So we are seeing that here the sound is being used to express different emotions, and different words are formed. Twitching chirrup, titterings, trillings, and whistle chirrup. And then there is transferred epithet. It is a description which refers to a character or event but is used to describe a different situation or character. Her barred face identity mask is an example of transferred epithet in this poem. The flowers of the laburnum tree fall like bars, and when the bird sits behind the flowers, the shadow of the flowers on her face looks like she is wearing a mask that has bars on it. Thank you.